Everything would start after the battle with Broly. Goku would decide to go train with Whis to increase his powers, since after fighting with Broly he realized that his strength was not enough and he would not be left behind. Broly's strength is incomparable, although he needs to control that power, but I will not lag behind as I also want to become stronger and stronger. While he was traveling with Whis to the planet of Birus, he carelessly let go of Whis and ended up falling into the void of space. However, he would fall into a wormhole that would take him to another dimension. Meanwhile, in the world of Boku no Hero Academia, Deku had finished his training to inherit the One for All and entered the university to fulfill his dream of being a hero. Good job! All Might would say. After Deku ate All Might's hair, a portal would appear in the sky, and from that portal a person would come out, which was Goku, who was heading at great speed towards the ground. All Might and Deku would not notice that, at least until Goku was about to crash into the ground, causing a big crater in the place where he fell. Fortunately, All Might reacted fast and moved Deku away from the impact. Who could it be? Is he a villain? All Might said, somewhat worried about what had just happened. Deku was staring at that guy who was in the crater he had caused and thought he came to attack them. Goku would get up from the ground and wipe his clothes since they were covered with dust. Where am I? This place doesn't look familiar. Goku would say as he looked at the place and the people in front of him. All Might would stare at Goku thinking that he had attacked them, and that made him think he was a villain. If he's a villain, there's no doubt he's strong, since he caused a big crater by coming at us. All Might thought, and then finally decided to attack Goku, since he thought that what he did was to attack them. Goku was confused by what All Might did, but Goku would stop all of this with only one hand, since he had no intention of hurting him. Why are you attacking me? I didn't do anything to you, Goku would say. All Might would be shocked as he was able to stop his attack with only one hand. Deku would also be shocked by what he was seeing, as he didn't know that someone would be able to stop All Might's attack that easily. You attacked first! I won't let you hurt the people here, villain! All Might would say, thinking he was someone evil. Goku would be even more confused by what All Might was saying. I see, so he thinks I'm a villain, so I doubt he'll believe me if I tell him I'm not, thought Goku as he looked at All Might. Goku was ready to say something, but before he said it, All Might would go seriously against Goku and kept throwing punches at Goku. However, Goku dodged all of his attacks effortlessly. Looks like he won't let me talk, so I better get this over with and talk some sense into them, Goku thought while dodging all his attacks. Goku would quickly hit All Might in his torso, but right in that wound he suffered years ago, the one that prevented him from being able to continue using his form and could only use it for 3 hours. All Might would fall to the ground after that hit and would be unconscious. Deku, seeing this, was afraid since he saw how his hero was defeated with one blow. But more than anything, he was hit in his wound, which made him think that he could die from that attack. Goku was approaching the boy so he could then ask him about where he was. Deku would be scared since he was approaching him, but he couldn't do anything since even All Might couldn't do anything against him, so he would just stand still. What do you want? Deku would say nervously as he didn't know what to do. First of all, I want you to know that I am not a villain. I fell into a wormhole that took me to this dimension. But I fell from the sky to where you were. But I didn't do it with the intentions to attack. That man thought I was evil, so I had to stop him so he could let me talk, Goku would say to the green-haired boy. Deku would think about what he said, even though he didn't believe much about what he said about the wormhole. He thought that he wasn't really evil, because if he was, he would have killed All Might the moment he defeated him, and he would have killed him too. I see, but you hit All Might in a wound that was very serious. He lost part of his organs. He could die if we don't take him to a hospital to be treated, Deku would say while looking at Goku, but still a little suspicious of him. I understand. Let me take care of this. Goku would approach All Might's body and notice that All Might had lost that form where he looked stronger and was now someone thin and weak. Apparently he can shapeshift. How interesting is this guy? Goku would take out a small bag where he brought a hermit seed. I was planning on going to Broly to give him a few more seeds, but now I have to fix this. Goku thought as he gave the seed to All Might, and once he had eaten it, he would quickly wake up feeling his body very strange as his organs were regenerating, and this caused him to feel strange. And at the same time, he felt some pain and began to regain his heroic form. "What's happening to me?" All Might would say in confusion as he looked at Goku. But Goku couldn't do anything as his body was still recovering. "What's happening to All Might? What did you give him?" Deku would say. "I gave him a hermit seed. These seeds can heal any wound, but not diseases. Besides, I was the one who attacked him, so take this as my apology," Goku would say as he watched All Might heal completely and retain his heroic form. "It can't be! My wound is gone! What did you guys do?" All Might thought. Deku would approach All Might impressed as he was now healed from his wounds, thanks to that seed. "All Might, you must know that this guy is not a villain. It's all a misunderstanding. He really didn't want to attack us. He felt guilty for leaving you wounded, so he decided to heal you," Deku would say, somewhat nervous. "Really?" All Might would say, while looking at that guy. "Well, if Midoriya says so, I guess it's true. Sorry for the misunderstanding, but could you tell me how you were able to defeat me so easily? I've never met anyone with your strength," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "It's a long story, but I guess I can tell it," Goku would say and then tell his whole story of how he got to planet Earth and even the battle with Broly, and furthermore how he got to that world through a wormhole. All Might and Deku would be impressed with what he was saying. However, they didn't quite believe him. "Beings that destroy planets and universes? That doesn't exist," All Might would say distrustfully about what he was saying. "I can prove it. Watch." Goku would create a spear of energy and then throw it into the sea in front of them, causing an explosion. I don't want to overdo it because if I did, it could destroy the planet. All Might and Deku would be impressed by what he had done, and without further hesitation, they would believe them. "By the way, my name is Kakra, but you can call me Goku." "My name is All Might, and I am the #1 hero of this world, and this guy is Izuku Midoriya, my successor," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "I thank you for healing me, Goku. Now, I will be able to be calmer since I won't have the time limit to use my heroic form. Is there anything I can do to thank you? Could you recommend me some places to train? I want to become stronger since I don't know how to get back to my world, so I could train somewhere," Goku would say while observing All Might and Deku with a smile. "How about joining the AU? It's a hero institute where you can use your skills so you can become stronger," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "I find it interesting. How can I enter that place?" Goku would say, not knowing that place. "I just have to talk to the director of the AU to let you enter because in a few hours will be the entrance exam to enter the AU. Also, I'll get you a place to stay, since according to what you have told me, you have nowhere to stay, right?" "That's right. I hope it won't be too much trouble," Goku would say. "It's the least I can do, since you cured me." "I understand. Could you explain more about this world since so far I've only been told that you're a hero?" "In this world, 80% of the population has a quirk known as a gift, and they use them to become heroes," Deku would say. "I see. Then you must have a gift. And if so, what is it?" Goku would say curiously. All Might would decide to tell Goku that secret, since he knew he could trust Goku. "You see, I possess a power called One for All. I gave my power to Midoriya, since he was born without a gift, but his dream was to become a hero, and he will be the new symbol of peace when I retire. No one knows that, so I ask you not to tell anyone," All Might would say while looking at Goku, hoping he can keep the secret, while Deku would be shedding tears because of what All Might was saying about him. "Young Midoriya better go home to prepare for the exam," All Might would say while smiling at Deku. "All right, All Might. See you, Goku." Deku would start to leave the place as he had to go prepare for the exam if he wanted to get into the AU. "Now, let's go talk to the principal to let you enter the AU and find you a place to stay." "I can't wait to start training," Goku would say as he watched All Might start jumping a great distance away, so Goku just decided to follow him. "This world is very interesting, but I will find a way to return to my world. But in the meantime, I'll train in this place. When Goku and All Might arrived at the entrance of the Institute, All Might asked Goku to stay since his data had not yet been entered and he could activate the security alarm. Wait right here. I'll go speak to the principal to get you accepted into the Institute, All Might would say as he looked at Goku. All right, but don't take too long, Goku would say while staring at him. Okay, I won't be long, All Might would say and then head towards the principal of the Institute. Hello, All Might. What are you doing here? The director would say while he was looking at him. I came to talk to you about a very important matter. I want you to allow a student to enter. His name is Goku. Let me tell you that he's a good candidate for a hero. He was able to heal my wound, and now I don't have that time limit. The director was surprised by what All Might told him. I didn't know someone was capable of doing that. I see. Then I guess he's someone with a lot of potential. However, I would like to see him in action. It won't be long before the practical exam starts, so I'll let him participate in the entrance exam. All Might was staring at the director with a smile at what he was saying. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to know if you could give him a place to stay. Some apartment within the UA, since he has nowhere to stay at the moment. Okay, but it depends on how he does on the exam. Fine, I'll make sure he prepares for the exam. All Might would leave the place and then return to the entrance with Goku. Goku was smiling as he saw All Might approaching, as he had been waiting for a while for his arrival. How did it go? Let me tell you that I managed to convince the director to accept you. But you will have to take a practical exam to show him what you are capable of. Surely you will impress him. So you will have to wait a little bit. In a while, they will explain everything you have to know about the entrance exam. I understand. It sounds simple, so I'll wait until the exam starts, Goku would say with a smile on his face. All Might would leave as he had to do with the other teachers so he could see the students at the exam. It would be a while and the students were starting to arrive, so Goku guessed he was by the exam. Midoriya was at the entrance since he had finally arrived at the UA. Goku wanted to go greet him, but before he could do it, he noticed that Midoriya stumbled. But a brown-haired girl prevented him from ending up against the ground. Goku only laughed a little at Midoriya's reaction to the girl. After that, they would enter the institute, where they would explain the exam. Goku would sit next to Midoriya, and he noticed that next to him, there was someone who seemed to be annoyed with Midoriya's presence. Goku decided to keep quiet in order to listen to what the exam was about. The way that person explained the exam seemed kind of funny to Goku, but he tried to take it seriously to understand it. While Goku checked which battlefield he should be in, he noticed that he would be in C, so he would be away from Midoriya and the guy who was next to him. While Bakugo noticed that he would not be with Deku, he was telling him that now he will not be able to crush him. Goku was looking at that guy and was thinking, looks like he doesn't get along very well with Midoriya. Goku did not understand why he hated him because even though he did not know him very well, he knew that he was someone with a good heart. Once the explanation of the practical exam was over, they all headed to their assigned battlefields. Goku would be at the entrance waiting for that door to open to begin. Good! According to what they said about the exam, I should accumulate points to be able to enter. This will be easy. When the exam started, Goku was already far ahead. The others hardly noticed this, since Goku had a higher speed than the rest. Goku did not stop destroying robots at high speed. It seemed that he would destroy them all. But Goku knew that the others also had to destroy them to enter, so he left some for the rest, although he helped those who had problems with the robots. Meanwhile, Midoriya was looking for some robot, since he had not been able to get any points. At this rate, I won't be able to get any points. All the training with All Might will go to waste, Midoriya thought as he was desperate to gain some points. The teachers were watching the students and how they were promising to enter the AU, but most of all, they were surprised by what Goku could do. The director was surprised by the score he achieved, as well as the speed at which he destroyed the robots. You have done well, but it's time for the real test to begin. One of the teachers pressed a button that would make a giant robot appear. One appeared in Midoriya's battlefield, and another one in Goku's. Everyone escaped when they saw it, because they knew it was dangerous. Midoriya was about to do the same, but when he noticed that the brown-haired girl was trapped in the rubble, while looking at her, he remembered the words of All Might, and without hesitation, decided to rush towards her. Goku would notice that several people were in trouble because of that robot that was in his battle zone. so he decided to move them away from that robot. He would use his teleportation to move each one of them away from the place. Once everyone was safe, Goku lodged himself towards the robot just as Midoriya did. Goku threw a blow into the robot, and just with the pressure of his fist, he destroyed it completely. Midoriya had destroyed that robot with a powerful smash. Everyone was surprised by what had happened, especially Goku. Midoriya was falling to the ground after destroying the robot. He was desperate because he could not get any points, and if he ruined his left arm, he could not win any. When he was about to crash to the ground, that girl hit him, preventing him from hitting the ground. However, he reached his limit because his ability made her dizzy and she ended up vomiting. The exam would end and the teachers were impressed by Goku's results. He had achieved the highest score by destroying villains and rescue points. In total, 250 points. That guy is very interesting. He'll be someone very important for our institute. We will admit him and let him stay in an apartment inside the UA, said the director while looking at All Might. I'll make sure he gets informed about this. All Might would say as he smiled. It would be a while, and All Might would go with Goku on the entrance of the battle center. How's it going? Goku asks All Might as he watched him approach. All good! You've been accepted to the Institute, and you'll be able to stay in an apartment within the UA. Good, then let's go. I'd really like to rest, Goku said while smiling. Okay, follow me, All Might said as he started to go to the UA. Once they arrived, All Might left Goku in his apartment, since he had to be present in other places and tell Midoriya that he had entered. Goku would enter his apartment and notice that it was very spacious. I just have to wait for classes to start and begin my training, Goku said as he lay down to sleep, as he wanted to get some rest. It would be a few days before the results of the exam would be revealed. Midoriya would be thinking a lot about that, since he had not managed to get any points in the practical exam and had barely passed the written. When the results came, he locked himself in his room, and opening that letter that had come to him. When he tore that letter, a projection appeared where All Might was. Now I'm here as a projection, All Might said while looking at Midoriya. Midoriya was surprised by what was happening. What's going on? Midoriya asked, confused by what was going on. I'm sorry, young Midoriya, but I had to attend to a lot of paperwork and that's why I couldn't communicate with you. I'm sorry. Actually, I came to this city to work with the UA. I'll get to the point. As you know, you passed the exam with 0 points, which means you didn't pass. I knew it, Deku said with tears in his eyes and then looked up. I consider myself an animator, so watch this video, All Might said while showing a video to Midoriya, showing the girl he had saved in the practical exam. She came to negotiate with us after the exam. Midoriya was surprised by what that girl said in the video. He didn't think she would do something like that. How could the Hero Institute reject someone who sacrifices himself for others? That's why the real test was the rescue points, young Midoriya. 70 points! All Might said while looking at him smiling. Midoriya was shocked by what had happened, while tears fell from his eyes. Come on, young Midoriya, this is your heroic academy. Yes, sir, Midoriya said while he was crying a little because of what he was told. When the classes finally started, Midoriya was excited to go, so he left home with everything ready to enter the Hero Institute. Goku was also getting up to then dress in his combat suit. He had been given a uniform to enter, but he didn't like to wear it. It's the day. I'll start my training, Goku would say calmly. However, he had gotten up a little late, so he hurried to get there. While this was happening, Midoriya had already arrived at the classroom. I hope he's not in the same class with those scary people, Midoriya said as he opened the classroom door and noticed that those people were in his class having a conversation. Don't put your feet on the desk! Huh? Don't you think it's rude to do that with the senior students of the UA and the people who made the task? Of course not. What high school do you come from with that temper? I went to Somei Private High School, and my name is Ida Tenya. Somei, you're a fucking elite. I'll enjoy crushing you. Crush me? Are you cruel? Did you really want to be a hero? You put me with both of them? Midoriya said nervously as he looked at them. Tenya would notice that Midoriya had arrived. Bakugo would also notice, and the whole class would look at him. Deku was getting nervous about how they were looking at him. Tenya approached Midoriya to introduce himself, but Midoriya would tell him that he had already heard what he said. It's a pleasure, Tenya. Midoriya said while looking at him nervously. Midoriya, you realized there was more to it than a practice test, didn't you? I hate to admit it, but you're better than me. I'm sorry, but I didn't know anything, Midoriya thought while looking at him. While they were talking, that brown-haired girl had arrived too. You're the curly-haired boy! I was looking for you! You passed just like the presenter said. Midoriya would stare at the girl and was getting nervous since she was so close to him. If you're going to go play, buddy, go somewhere else. While they were talking, there was someone on the floor, inside something, that made him look like a worm. Midoriya and the others looked surprised to see it, as it was very strange. Is this the hero course? I've never seen a hero that looks like a worm before. Is it a professional hero? Deku thought while looking at him. At that moment, Goku had finally arrived at the hall and greeted them. Hello, everyone! Everyone stared at him, as well as Midoriya, since he was the one who got the first place with a very high score. So, he's the one who got the best score in the practical exam. I wonder what he'll be capable of. I don't know his uniqueness, Aizawa thought as he looked at Goku. Well, I'm your homeroom teacher, Aizawa Shota. Nice to meet you. I know it's sudden, but put this on and let's go to the field, Aizawa said as he pulled out a sports uniform. The truth is that I'm used to wearing my combat suit, but I think it wouldn't hurt to wear it, Goku thought as he agreed to wear that suit. After that, everyone went down to the field. A special evaluation test? What about the entrance ceremony and orientation? If you are going to be heroes, you don't have time for that kind of useless events. The UA is an unrestricted school in terms of its traditions. Just as the professors conduct their classes, you have also done that from school, haven't you? Physical tests where you are not allowed to use your particularities. The country takes data from the students without using their peculiarities. That's not rational. Goku, you came first in the practical test, right? That's right, I came in first place. In school, what was your best softball pitching score? I've never tried it before, so I don't have a score. Well, in that case, use your special ability to do it. I don't really have a special ability like those in this world, but I doubt you'll believe me if I tell you. I'll keep it a secret, Goku thought as he looked at him. Goku stood in a circle so he could throw the softball. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't leave the circle. Give it all you've got. All I've got? Whatever you say. Goku was preparing to throw the ball, and when he did, it flew into the air without stopping. The ball kept going up until Aizawa's scoreboard rated it as infinite. Maybe I went a little overboard, Goku said as everyone stared, surprised at how far he was able to send the ball. Looks like fun. We can use our peculiarities as much as we want. What I expected from the hero course. Looks like fun, huh? You have 3 years to become professional heroes. Will you always have that attitude? Well, whoever comes in last place in all the tests will be judged as having no potential and will be punished with expulsion, Aizawa said with a smile on his face. Everyone was surprised by what he said, except for Goku. I really doubt that he will expel anyone. I can feel how they all have potential, Goku thought while smiling at what he said. Punished with expulsion in the 8 trials? This is bad. I can only use the one for all at less than 0%. I still can't control it. We are free over the circumstances of our students, Aizawa said as he lifted his hair with one hand and still had that smile on his face. Welcome to the Heroes Course. A big test on the first day of school. What will I do? Goku approached Midoriya as he could tell he was nervous. Calm down. Just concentrate on not getting hurt badly. It's no use using your power if you end up defeated. Midoriya felt calmer as he listened to what Goku said and kept thinking about what he told him. Bakugo was staring at Goku angrily as he proved to be superior to him. I won't stay behind. I promise I will defeat you, Bakugo said as he stared at Goku. Speed test. Okay, the demonstration is over. Now the real thing begins. 50-meter race. On your marks. Ready? Go! Ida Tenya, 3.4 seconds. For 50 meters, I can only use Team 3. Ida Tenya Special Engine has legs powered by a powerful engine. Asui Suya, 4.5 seconds. Frog Peculiarity has all the abilities of a frog. Well, she's like a fish in water. Let's see what the rest do. I'll lighten my clothes and shoes. Uraraka Ochoko, 7.1 seconds. Zero gravity peculiarity. It can modify the gravity of the object it touches, but if it exceeds, it gets dizzy. Mashira Ojiro, 5.49 seconds. Peculiarity has a tail that serves for different things. Aoyama Yuga, 5.51 seconds. Peculiarity, navel laser. Can shoot a powerful laser from his navel, but if he overdoes it, he gets a stomachache.
Acid Mind, 5.2
seconds. Particularity, acid. She can secrete a powerful acid to melt things easily. Bakugo Katsuki, 4.13 seconds. Explosion peculiarity. His sweat is a nitroglycerin-like substance. The more he sweats, the more power he has. When I use both hands to force disperses. Midoriya Izuku, 7.2 seconds. Unknown peculiarity. I'm sure everyone will use their peculiarities to produce extraordinary results, but I have to learn how to use my power so it won't damage my body when I use it, just like Goku said. Midoriya thought. Now it's Goku's turn. Let's see what he's capable of. Son Goku, 0.3 seconds. Unknown particularity. In the practical test, he showed great strength, but also incredible speed to quickly finish robots. I still have doubts about him. Strength test. I must control my power. Concentrate on not damaging my body. Midoriya Izuku, 56 kilograms. Meizo Shoji, 540 kilograms. Particularity, duplication of arms. Can replicate highly developed parts of his body to adapt to any situation. Son Goku, maximum capacity of the machine. Jumping test. Bakugo, 25 meters. Aoyama Yuga, 25 meters. Midoriya, 5 meters. Son Goku, 300 meters. That boy is amazing. He outperforms everyone with ease. I wonder what his peculiarity is. Professor Aizawa was impressed by Goku's results in each test. Side jump test. Mineta Minoru. He can bounce thanks to his particularity. He can create glue balls to stick to anything, and he can also bounce. Son Goku moves too fast to count. Leaving the floor destroyed, Bakugo was frustrated by Goku's results. He was humiliated at what happened. Throw test. Yuraraka Ochako, Infinity. Okay, it's my turn, Midoriya said as he stood in the circle and thought about what Goku said. I must do it without my body ending up destroyed. Deku would throw the ball with one finger just like in the original story. Goku smiled as he noticed that Midoriya had succeeded. Well done! Midoriya would turn his gaze to Goku. Goku, I can still move. Goku was still smiling as he looked at him. You're really cool, Midoriya, Goku in his mind. That kid has potential. His body still can't handle that great power that All Might gave him. He looks like Kauken. I'll see to it that he can control it, Goku said while looking at him, still smiling. Everyone was surprised to see that Midoriya had surpassed the 700 meters, since in the rest of the tests he had done poorly. Finally, a hero's record! This finger is hurt. That also happened in the entrance exam. He has a very strange peculiarity. He has no style. Bakugo was surprised to see that Midoriya had achieved that. What was that power? The peculiarity manifests itself at 4 years old. This is impossible. Bakugo remembered what Midoriya had told him at the time. Someone told me that I can be a hero. It was thanks to my own effort. What does this mean? Bakugo thought while in his hands there were small explosions. Bakugo went in the direction of Midoriya with intentions of attacking it. Hey, tell me what's going on, Deku, bastard! Midoriya was frightened by what was happening, but at that moment, Goku appeared in front of him and grabbed his arm to stop him. You better calm down. You have no reason to attack him, Goku said while squeezing Bakugo's arm a little. You are no one to give me orders! Bakugo would try to use his other hand to attack Goku with a blast, but Goku just stood still and received the blast, and it didn't do anything to him. Bakugo was surprised since it hadn't done anything to him. I think you already noticed the difference in our powers. I don't want to fight you, but I won't let you attack Midoriya, Goku said as he walked back with the rest of the students, passing by Bakugo. I couldn't even see when he appeared in front of Bakugo. I have my doubts about him, Aizawa was saying as he looked at Goku. Well, we're wasting our time. Whoever's next, hurry up, Aizawa-sensei said while looking at them. Midoriya took the opportunity to go around Bakugo and go with the others. Is your finger okay? Uraraka said. Yes, it's fine. Bakugo stayed still, but he was annoyed by what was going on. He couldn't believe that Deku had a particularity, but most of all, that Goku was better than him. Deku was just a stone on the road. Now that guy is also in my way. Both of them will only be stones on the side of the road. The tests continued, and Goku was still leaving impressive results. Good. I'll quickly tell the results. It's the total mark you got in each test. It's a waste of time, so I'll show you all the results at once. The person with the lowest score will be expelled.
I only did well in the throwing test. In the rest, I did terrible because of the pain.
Midoriya was nervous, as he knew he had done poorly in the rest of the tests. Aizawa would show the results of the students. Goku would be in first place, and because of that, everyone was staring at him. Goku felt a little nervous as everyone was looking at him. By the way, I was lying about the expulsion. Everyone was really shocked by what Aizawa said. It was a rational deception that would make them use their peculiarities to the fullest. What? Of course it was a lie. It was obvious if you thought about it. He's right. It was obvious, Goku said, smiling, while noticing how Midoriya and the rest were surprised. That's it. We're done with this. There are booklets with the study plan and stuff in the classroom. When you come back, look at them. Midoriya sighed in relief, knowing that he would not be expelled. Midoriya, go and let the old lady cure you in the infirmary. Tomorrow, there'll be more rigorous tests. Get ready. I'm saved for now, but there's a lot I couldn't do. I start from the last place. I have to learn from you to get closer to my dream. Momo would approach Goku and stare at him. Excuse me, what is your peculiarity? Momo would ask curiously, since she couldn't know his particularity. Mina would also approach when she heard the question asked to Goku. Right, you managed to get the best score in every test. You're very strong. Goku just kept thinking. He couldn't tell them that he didn't have a particularity, so he had to say something else. I think that's the least of it, so let's go to the living room, Goku said nervously and then went to Midoriya. I think you drew attention to yourself, Midoriya said, looking at Goku. You better go get your finger healed. You did well, Midoriya. Even if your body still can't handle your power, I'll help you control it, Goku said, smiling. After Midoriya went to the infirmary and his finger was healed, he left the institute towards home. I'm so tired. Suddenly, Ida would come and touch Midoriya's shoulder. Ida! Is your finger better? Ida would ask Midoriya. Yes, thanks to recovery girl. While Midoriya was walking, he was still thinking about what Goku told him. I can't let them save me anymore. I must control my power. I was really fooled by Aizawa. I was taught this was the best and that. I didn't think a teacher would give us courage with a lie. I thought Ida was scary, but it looks like he's really serious. Hey, you two! Are you going to the station? Wait for me! Are you the Infinity Girl? I'm Uraraka Ochako. You're Ida Tenya, and you're Deku. Deku? During the physical tests, that guy named Bakugo said, Deku bastard. My real name is Izuku Midoriya, but Deku is what they call me to make fun of me. An insult? Oh, I'm sorry, but Deku sounds like a Japanese word for, you can do it, so I like it. Midoriya, you're taking it too easy. Wasn't that an insult? At that moment, Goku would arrive to where Midoriya was. Hello, everyone, Goku said as he approached them. You're the Infinity Boy. You can call me Goku. If I'm not mistaken, you're Ida Tenya, and she's Uraraka Ochako. Goku, aren't you coming with us? No, you see, I'm staying inside the institute. I just want to see how you were doing. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. See you, said Goku, smiling as he laughed. Just like Goku, they were also leading the institute. Meanwhile, All Might was inside the institute getting ready for tomorrow's class. You don't have time to relax, young man. The real thing starts tomorrow. The next day, everyone would be in class, although Goku was bored in the morning classes as he could barely understand. Which of these English sentences is wrong? Damn, that's boring. Everyone cheer up. Let the party begin. Lunch is at the main cafeteria, where we can buy gourmet food at reasonable prices. Then finally, in the afternoon, we'd have basic year of training. Me, I'm walking through the door like a normal person. Everyone was shocked to see All Might enter the classroom. It's all right. Amazing. He really is a teacher. That's the Silver Era costume, isn't it? His style is so different. I can't stand it. I will be giving the basic heroes training, so it will be in a different way of how to learn the basics of being one. You must take the best units. Let's get straight to the point. What you will be doing today is combat training. Combat training? Goku was excited to hear that they would be doing combat training. Finally, something interesting, Goku said excitedly. And that's what these are for. All Might said if the costumes of each student came out of the wall. Costumes made and based on the record of their particulars and requests they sent in before the school started. Everyone was impressed by what All Might was saying. After you change, go to the testing area. This'll be fun, Goku said, smiling. Once everyone was in their costumes, they headed to the testing area. They say that people make the man. Young men and women. Realize that from now on, you are heroes. That's great, guys. You look great. Now, let's get started. All Might said. Midoriya would come out after everyone else with his costume on. Goku would be in his combat suit since, not knowing his particularity, he was rated as none, and that's why he didn't have a suit like the rest, just his combat suit. You look good, Midoriya. Don't you have a suit, Goku? Midoriya asked. I was rated as none, so that's why I don't have one. Although I'd rather wear my battle suit. You too? Uraraka was saying as she looked at Midoriya and decided to approach. Midoriya was getting nervous as he noticed her approaching. Your outfits are amazing! I should have written what I wanted. Mine ended up being a tight suit. It's embarrassing. I think it looks good on you, Goku said, smiling. Okay, it's time for the training match. Is this the Ancients Exam Battle Center? So we'll have urban battles again? No, we will go 2 steps ahead. Most of the time fighting villains takes place outside. But if you look at the total numbers, heinous villains appear inside buildings, imprisonment, home arrests, in this society full of heroes, the villains cleverly hide in the shadows. For this class, you will be divided into villains and heroes and fight internal 2-on-2 battles. No basic training, this is a real battle to understand the basics. However, the key this time is that there is no robot that you just have to defeat. How will winning or losing be determined? Can I send them away? Will there be expulsion punishment like in Professor Aizawa's class? How will we be divided? Isn't this cape cool? When does the battle start? I will answer all your questions, said All Might, overwhelmed by all the questions from the students. Now listen, the situations the villains have hidden somewhere in their hideout a nuclear weapon. The heroes will try to disarm it. The heroes must catch the villains or get the nuclear weapon. The villains must protect the nuclear weapon for the whole time or catch the heroes. The teams and opponents will be determined by lottery. They will be decided like this. Professionals must team up with heroes from other agencies. There must be, why not? I see. It's thinking ahead. Please excuse my rudeness. Okay, let's make it quick. Team A, Deku and Uraraka. Team B, Todoroki and Shoya. Team Z, Minata and Yaoyo's Rozu. Team D, Bakugo and Ida. Team E, Mina and Aoyama. Team F, Sato and Koyer. Team G, Kaminari and Hiro. Team H, Tokoyami and Sutio. Team I, Oyo and Toru. Team J, Zero and Kirishima. Finally, there would be Goku left. In this case, he will go alone against the team that did the best. Okay, but can I ask you a favor? Sure, what is it? After the exam, I'd like to be able to fight against everyone, Goku said, smiling confidently. Everyone was surprised at what Goku was proposing. Don't you think you're getting overconfident? Even I could beat you. I'm not getting overconfident. Let's just say I just want to see what you're capable of, Goku said while smiling excitedly. The first teams to fight will be these, said All Might as he took out from some boxes the teams that would fight, in this case being Team A and Team D. Team A will be the heroes and Team D will be the villains. Everyone else head to the guard room. Before Goku left the place, he would approach Midoriya. Good luck, don't be afraid, just do your best. After that, Goku would leave the points and head to the observation room. Midoriya was feeling better, so he would turn to look at Bakugo. Bakugo would be looking at Midoriya quite annoyed, but Midoriya would only look back at him and prove to be more confident. This would surprise Bakugo, but at the same time also annoying him. The villains go first. In 5 minutes, the A-Team will enter and the battle will begin. Young Ida and young Bakugo learn from a villain's perspective. This is close to a real battle. Go all out. Don't hold back. If things go too far, I will stop you, All Might said. Bakugo would stare at Deku and would be even more annoyed to see him. Once Bakugo and Ida were inside, Bakugo decided to ask him something. Hey, Deku has a peculiarity, right? You saw that extraordinary strength, didn't you? Though it seems to have a high risk. Bakugo would be more annoyed with Deku, thinking that Deku was cheating. How dare he cheat? Damn nerf! While Deku was with Uraraka trying to memorize the building's blueprints. Unlike Isola's class, there will be no punishment, so we can relax. Yes, you're not relaxed at all. Well, it's because we're going up against Bakugo and Ida, so I feel like I should be on guard. I see. Bakugo's the one bothering you, isn't he? He's awesome, Deku said while remembering Bakugo's words. I'll definitely surpass All Might to become the best heroes. He's annoying, but his goal, his confidence, his physical strength and particularity, and other things are more incredible than mine. But that's why I don't want to lose now. Uraraka was staring at Midoriya smiling. A fated battle between men, Uraraka said, still smiling. After Midoriya and Uraraka's conversation, All Might would announce the beginning of the combat training. Goku would be in the observation room, and he was looking at Deku attentively. This will help Midoriya to have experience in real combat. I hope he can make it, Goku thought as he looked at the screen. Deku and Uraraka would manage to enter the building and then go ape to find the nuclear weapon since Deku still couldn't use his particularity without hurting himself. I still can't control that one for all, so I can't use it against anyone. Besides, if I used it against anyone, it would kill them. We must do what we can with the power I have and Uraraka's power. I have to use my head. Deku remembered those notes he had in his notebook and thought about the way to pass that test. While Deku and Uraraka were walking, Bakugo would suddenly come out of one of the corridors and would try to attack Deku with an explosion. Deku would react fast and would move Uraraka away from Bakugo's explosion. Uraraka, are you alright? Yes, thank you. Are you alright, Deku? Yes, I'm fine. It's just a scratch, Deku said while noticing how he had lost part of the suit. Come on, Deku, don't dodge it. I knew you'd come for me. A surprise attack from the start? Bakugo, that's cheating. A surprise attack is not for men. You're wrong. That's considered strategy. In a real battle, anything can happen. Never forget that, Goku said while he was watching the battle, and the rest of the students looked at him because they were impressed by what he was saying. There goes Bakugo. I don't do enough damage to stop the battle, but I'll be close, Bakugo was saying as he approached Deku to attack him, but Deku would grab his arm and then throw him to the ground. Goku smiled as he noticed what Deku had done. Well done, you did well to read your opponent's moves, Goku thought as he watched Deku. You usually start with a big attack from the right. How long do you think I watched you for? I wrote an analysis of every hero I thought was great in my notebook. In the notebook you burned and threw away. My Deku doesn't mean useless. My Deku means you can do it. Bakugo would stand up and look at Deku rather annoyed. Deku, even though you're scared, that's what bothers me the most about you. From here on, the battle would happen just like in the original story, at least until Deku was about to use his power. That's bad, teacher, Kirishima said as he watched what was about to happen. Goku stared at the screen in thought. I'm sure he has something planned, Goku thought as All Might began to approach. All Might watched as they were getting closer and closer to attacking. Both of you stop. Before All Might finished a sentence, Goku would decide to speak. Don't stop them, just keep watching, Goku would say while still looking at the screen, and All Might would too, and notice that Deku would have given a signal to Uraraka to then use a Detroit Smash. Deku would destroy the entire top of the building, and finally, Uraraka would cause the debris to distract Ida so he could retrieve the nuke. He was underestimating me from the beginning. As Bakugo spoke, the smoke from the explosion dispersed, and Deku could be seen quite injured and low on energy. I didn't want to use it, because I can't use it yet, because my body can't withstand the impact. But this is all I could think of. Everyone was shocked at what was happening. Goku was also a bit surprised to see Deku's state. You did well, boy. You did everything you could considering your situation. Goku was proud of what Midoriya had done. Midoriya would fall to the ground and All Might would announce the victory of the heroes team. Midoriya would be sent to the infirmary due to all the damage he had received. I wish I had another seed so I could heal Midoriya, but I don't have any more. Goku thought as he watched Deku being taken to the infirmary. Bakugo was left thinking about what had happened, and little by little he was starting to get excited. Deku predicted my right, and besides he also knew how to win the exercise. First, I was humiliated by that guy named Goku, and now this happens? So, is Deku would fight with everything he could beat me? Before Bakugo continued, All Might would tap his shoulder to get his attention. Let's go back, young Bakugo. It's time to see the results. Win or lose, learning from your experiences is part of life. While all this was going on in Goku's world, Whis would be on Birus's planet trying to locate Goku with the help of his staff. There's still nothing about Goku, Birus was saying while he was eating. You could say that, Whis said as he finished locating Goku. You see, apparently when Goku fell into the void of space, he was sent to another dimension due to a wormhole. How do you know that? Birus asked, somewhat surprised by what Whis was saying. Let's say that Goku being from this world and being transported to another leaves a gap between this world and the one who's in, so we can go see it. I see. Then go see him. I don't really feel like going, said Birus while staring at Whis. As you say, Mr. Birus. Meanwhile, in the world of My Hero Academia, the students had passed the combat training just like in the original story. Okay, it's Goku's turn. In this case, you will go against Team B. In this case, Team B will be the villains, since you could already see how they acted as heroes. After announcing this, Goku and Team B, Todoroki and Shoya would go to the building. Goku would be at the entrance, and he would be watching the building. I really want to finish this quickly. What I'm really looking forward to is fighting everyone. I could teleport directly, but that would be unfair, Goku said as he started to enter the building. Todoroki and Shoya would meet the nuke. Shoya would use his quirk to be able to locate Goku. Looks like he's finally entered. Good. Then I'll put an end to this. I'll teach him not to be overconfident, Todoroki said as he started to freeze the building, except for the top part, since he didn't want to affect his partner. Goku would notice that his surroundings started to get colder, and the walls would freeze and his legs would freeze. But this one, just by moving, he would break the ice. It must be the work of that guy who has two quirks, although I have experienced more cold than this. Everyone in the observation room was impressed to see how Goku could withstand the cold and free himself so easily from the ice. Doesn't the cold affect him? Goku's amazing! He was able to get through it like it was nothing! He's an amazing guy! Goku was about to get to where they were. That should have stopped him. Shoya would use his quirk again and managed to detect Goku approaching. I guess that didn't stop him. He's close. Todoroki was surprised that Goku could withstand that cold and not freeze. Impossible. How could that happen? His body shouldn't be able to take it. Todoroki thought as he started to hear Goku's footsteps as he was close by. Goku would have easily arrived as he could feel the energy of both of them in the place and knew where they were. Time to end this. Don't think we'll let you win, Todoroki said as he tried to freeze him with his quirk. Goku would use his speed to dodge his attack and move past Todoroki and touch the nuke, thus winning the exercise. I'm sorry, but the difference in skills is big, Goku said while looking at Todoroki. Goku is the winner, All Might said, announcing Goku's victory. Todoroki stood still as he still couldn't believe what had just happened. That guy cast me like it was nothing. I couldn't even see him, Todoroki thought in surprise. In the observation room, everyone was very surprised at what they had seen. They couldn't believe that the great Todoroki Shoto lost to Goku. Goku is the best! He's the strongest! He's very capable! Everyone admired Goku for how capable he showed himself to be, especially the girls. Well, I think it's time for everyone to show what they're capable of, Goku said smiling as he knew it was time for him to take on the whole class. Bakugo was shocked and at the same time felt weak as he could see how he was outmatched by Goku again. Good! Per Goku's request, everyone go to the training ground as you will have to face Goku, All Might said as he headed to the training field with all the students. Once everyone was gathered, Goku would be in front of all of them. I wish Midoriya was here, but at least I'll be able to fight the rest, Goku said as he stretched a little. I want you to give it all you've got. Don't hold back, Goku said excitedly. Bakugo would be very upset and would be willing to give it all just so he could defeat Goku. You'll see, damn it! I'm going to defeat you! Begin! All Might said, announcing the beginning of the battle. Bakugo would launch himself towards Goku first, who would use both hands to cause a huge explosion. That'll teach you not to be overconfident, Bakugo would shout, thinking he had guessed right. Goku would appear behind him and grab him by the arm, and then start spinning at high speed and throw him into one of the buildings. Maybe I overdid it a little, Goku would say as he watched how he had defeated him just like that. Everyone was surprised, but they wouldn't let themselves be defeated so easily. That's the spirit, Goku said as he got into the fighting stance. Before they could react, Goku would have appeared above them. Goku would decide to go one by one and would start with Kirishima. Kirishima would use his quirk to harden and cover himself from Goku's attack, but Goku would hit him and Kirishima's hardening would be of no use, since Goku at the moment of hitting him would make Kirishima's hardened arms crack. It can't be! How could he do that? Kirishima said, surprised by what happened. When Goku was about to attack him again, Zero would try to use his rope to catch Goku, but Goku would take it with his hand and pull the rope to attract him, and then hit him directly in the face and destroy part of his helmet. Kirishima would try to attack Goku, but Goku would use the Zero rope to entangle him. Sato would increase his strength by consuming sugar to then try to attack Goku, but it was useless. Goku would dodge all his attacks to then hit him directly in the stomach and knock him out. Not bad, but I know you can do better, Goku said, still excited. Everyone stand back, Todoroki said as everyone moved out of the way, and Todoroki would use his cold sight to attack Goku with a big attack. Goku stood still and received that attack. This time I think I managed to hit him. Goku would begin to completely break the ice until he went out and then appeared in front of Todoroki. Todoroki would instinctively activate his other side and attack Goku, but Goku would disappear and Todoroki would stop using his other side after doing so. Why did I use it? Todoroki wondered as he stood still. Don't let your guard down! Goku appeared behind him, but Todoroki would use his cold sight to create a mass of ice to cover himself. But Goku, at the moment of attacking, would break that ice and hit Todoroki directly in the face and knock him down. I know you can do more than this. However, you're wasting your potential by not using your full power, Goku said, referring to Todoroki's other side. Momo would decide to use her gift to create cannons and eventually fire them towards Goku. Goku would notice, then catch the cannonballs and then return them towards her. Momo would create a shield to be able to protect herself from the cannonballs, and after this, Goku would appear behind her and give a small blow to her neck, but in a vital point that would make her faint. Aoyama would take the opportunity to fire his laser at Goku several times, but Goku would easily dodge the attack.
No way! How can you dodge my laser? Aoyama would keep firing until Goku decided to return one of his lasers, which would knock him out. Kaminari would decide to use his electricity against Goku. Goku would not be confident and would use all his power. Goku would receive the electricity from him, but it would not affect him. Goku was about to attack him, but he realized that it was not necessary. Kaminari, by using too much of his power, he was in a state unknown to Goku, but it was noticeable that he was not a threat. Ida would go at full speed against Goku and give him a strong kick in the neck. Goku would not even flinch and grab Ida's leg and then slam him to the ground. Not bad, Goku would say, and then move against Shoya and knock him down with a single blow, and would do the same against most of them. Mineta, seeing this, was afraid to attack, but anyway he would start throwing the balls from his head towards Goku with hopes that they would stick to him. Goku would dodge all the balls thrown at him to then throw an air pressure with his fist and knock Mineta out. Just like with Momo, Goku would hit in vital points through the girls, including Nina. Uraraka would try to touch Goku to make him float, but Goku would move and prevent her from doing so to finally knock her out with a punch. I think I'm done with everyone. He would go to the infirmary to see Deku, and in order to know about his condition, when he entered, he could observe how All Might was inside, but in his normal form. So, you're the person who cured All Might, said the nurse, since today All Might had already told her everything that happened with Goku. Why are you here today, All Might? Goku asked curiously, since he was supposed to be cured by the seed that I had given him at the beginning, that he should not be in that state. Goku, I admit that, by healing me from my wound has made me no longer suffer the time limit to use my heroic form. But, as I have given my power to Midoriya, little by little, my power will disappear. So, I don't want to overdo it and risk my power to continue to be spent by my form. I understand, you're so right, said Goku smiling while looking at All Might, then turning his head a little to see Midoriya on the stretcher. By the way, is Midoriya going to be okay? He will be fine, but he can't keep hurting himself since I can't treat everything that happened to him at once. He just started school and he's been here 3 times already. So just apply first aid. We can only hope that his body will heal during the night. All Might! I know he's your favorite and you gave him your powers, but you should have stopped him. I can't say anything against that. The truth was me who told him not to stop. I was aware of what would happen, but at the same time, I wanted Midoriya to show what he was capable of, and give his all in battle, even though it was risky. That's what a hero does, isn't it? Goku said, looking at the nurse. The nurse smiled a little when she heard what Goku said. Recovery girl, could you not talk out loud about the one for all? By the way, who knows your secret, All Might? My form is known to the teachers and a certain group of professionals, but my power is only known to Recovery Girl, my close friends, and finally you and Midoriya. Is it so important to be the symbol of peace? If I am not, the superhuman society will be consumed by evil. This is the responsibility of those with this power. You will have to learn what it means to guide someone, said Recovery Girl while she was still sitting. Goku and All Might would leave the place and wait for Midoriya to wake up. It would be a few hours before Midoriya would wake up, and she would stare at the clock in the infirmary. It's already so late. You woke up! Midoriya was surprised to see the nurse appear so suddenly. After the nurse finished the treatment, Midoriya would go back to the classroom with the rest of the students. I ended up skipping all the afternoon classes. Professor Aizawa will catch me again with those bandages, Midoriya thought as he approached the door of his classroom and opened it. Hey, Midoriya is here! Everyone else approached when they heard that he had arrived. Good job! I don't know what you were saying in training, but you seemed very excited. I can't believe you fought Bakugo. You did a good job dodging. By doing that in the first confrontation, the rest of us struggled too. You should have seen Goku when he fought all of us. The truth is someone very strong. That's right. Goku would fight with us after finishing combat training. I seem to have missed that too, Midoriya thought. Goku would also approach when he saw everyone. I'm glad you're doing better, Midoriya. You did a good job dodging, Nina would say again, excited. I'm Kirishima Ichido. We will all train together right now. I'm Sero Hunter. I am Aoyama Yuga. I'm Nina. You did a good job dodging, said Nina, interrupting Aoyama. I am Asui Suyu. Just call me Suyu. I'm Zato. I am Ninata. While everyone was greeting Midoriya, Uraraka had entered the room with Kaminari. Uraraka seeing Midoriya who would approach. Thank you. Didn't they heal your wounds? It's because of the stamina I have and plaster. Midoriya would observe the place where Bakugo was sitting and would realize that he was gone. Midoriya would ask for Bakugo and was told that he was gone. We tried to stop him, but he went home without saying anything. Midoriya would run until he caught up with Bakugo. Bakugo! It's a secret I haven't even told my mother, but there is something important I must tell you. My quirk is something I received from someone else, although I can't say who it is. I won't tell, but it's like a comic book story, only this is true. Besides that, I can't control it. As soon as I received this power, I couldn't do anything. That's why I tried to defeat you without using it, but in the end, I couldn't win and I relied on it. I still have a long way to go. That's why someday I won't make this quirk mine and defeat you with my own power. Bakugo was confused at what Midoriya had told him. I was just coming to tell you not to cheat. What the hell did I do? A power received? What nonsense are you talking about? What are you trying to do? Make me look more stupid than what you have done? What are you trying to say? Today I lost to you, that's all. And when I saw the ice guy, I thought I can't defeat him, and especially when that guy with the tousled hair defeated me easily. Bakugo would remember what Yaoyorozu had said in combat training. Damn, I ended up accepting what that ponytailed girl said. Damn! Hey, you too, Deku. I've only just started, did you hear? Here, I will become the #1 hero. You won't beat me again, you bastard. Bakugo would turn around and start walking. Midoriya was relieved that it was over. There you are! All Might would speed past Deku to catch up to Bakugo. Young Bakugo, just so you know, pride is important. You definitely have the skills to become a pro, but you still have a lot to learn. What? Let go of me, All Might! Bakugo interrupted All Might before he could continue. I'll become a hero who surpasses you even if you don't tell me! Bakugo would say in tears. All Might would let go of Bakugo and let him go. It's hard to be a teacher. While all this was going on, Goku would be watching what was going on along with Uraraka, Tsuyu, and Mina. What was that all about? A battle destined between men? Although it seems like Midoriya was just making excuses. The battle meant between men. There's no doubt that Bakugo is a massive pride. He reminds me a lot of Vegeta, Goku thought while he was watching the scene. After classes were over and everyone went home, Goku was in the courtyard of the Institute training a little. I still have to learn to master the Ultra Instinct, but the truth is quite complicated, Goku said while training. Suddenly, a portal would open above them, and out of that portal came Whis. Hello, Goku! Mr. Whis, what are you doing here? Goku said in surprise. I came to look for you. After I fell into the void of space, I was trying to locate you. I see, but how could you get here? It's simple. When you entered this world, you left a gap between this world and ours. Whis would notice that Goku looked younger, and he was a little surprised. I can see that you got younger. That's because of the wormhole you entered. In time, it works differently. I see, that explains it. Well, Goku, shall we go? Whis asked, ready to leave with him. I'm sorry to say this. No, Whis. Why is that? Whis asked, confused. You see, I'm going back home, but not right now. I plan to stay here for a while. I still have things to do in this world. Are you sure of your decision? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, Goku, but if you change your mind or need anything, I'll leave this for you to call me. Whis would give Goku a divine communicator like the one Bulma had. Alright, thanks Whis. See you, Goku. Wait, Whis, I'd like to ask you one more favor. What is it? Since I'll be staying here for a while, I'd like you to bring Broly. Whis would be somewhat surprised by Goku's request. Although if you don't want me to, I can go get him. You can't go, Goku. Remember that because of you, our worlds are connected. If you leave here, the rift would be lost, and you wouldn't be able to come back again. Goku was surprised by what Whis said. I see. Then I won't be able to come back here. Then I would like you to bring him. I'd promised him that I would train him, but staying here I won't be able to, so I want you to bring him. He's on planet Vampa along with 2 Frieza soldiers. Alright, Goku, but you'll have to be careful. He's dangerous if he gets out of control. I will. Well now, I'll be leaving. See you later, Goku. Whis would enter the portal again, and it would close. I guess I'll just have to wait. It would be about 2 hours before Whis would finally arrive. The portal would again open, and Whis would exit along with Broly and the Frieza soldiers. He was sorry for the delay, but they insisted that they wouldn't let Broly leave, so they came too. Broly noticed that Goku was younger than he remembered him, but wholly remained quiet as he surveyed the place. What place is this? It's no problem for me to stay, as long as Broly is here. Goku stared at Broly and smiled. It's good to see you, Broly. Broly was a few words, so he just smiled when Goku greeted him. Where are we supposed to stay? That's right. We should have a place to stay. Thanks to you, we're in this world, so you'll have to take responsibility. Goku kept thinking. You can stay in my apartment inside the Institute.
Institute? It's a long story. Well, anyway, it would be good to go now. It would be good to rest. After traveling with that guy, I feel exhausted. Very good. Well, Goku, I'm leaving. I wish you luck. Whis would re-enter the portal and leave. After all this, Goku would take Broly and the others to his apartment at the high school. Goku would explain to them all about the world they were in and how he lived now. Broly, after class, I'll ask you to train with me. I'll help you control your power. We should start there. Plus, maybe someone else will train with us, Goku said, referring to Midoriya. Good, Broly said excitedly.